so weird.
Are we recording already?
Yes. This just feels so weird.
We're back. We're back to Lindsey just hitting the record button
in true Lindsey fashion.
With no
context, no rhyme or reason.
That's only
no
the
warning.
best content.
No warning to the rest of us.
It's been like
84
months.
years.
Insert Titanic meme. It's been 84 years. Anyways,
a lot's happened.
Let's tell you about the last 84 years.
By a lot, I mean nothing's happened.
Well, no,
kidding,
a lot of things have happened. Wait, do you want to make this announcement? Or
no,
shall
you
I?
Can. You go ahead.
Okay. One of the squirrels, and by one of, I mean Cindy, and by Cindy, I mean, are we surprised, is expecting a mini squirrel. Burr, 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 burr.
Burr, 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 burr.
I'm officially going to be an auntie.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Because this is not about Lindsay or the newborn. It's about me
all
being
about
an
Lauren.
auntie.
Wow, we really are
Auntie,
back.
hello. And we really haven't changed.
That's why I said nothing has changed. By everything's changed, I mean nothing's
Nothing's
changed. We are back.
Yeah, so Lindsay's pregnant by choice. I just want to add that. I just want to add that.
Because we are all about feminism.
By choice. And I'm very happy for her. And I'm very happy that you get that choice.
Thank you.
And
me too.
And you get that choice.
No one, literally no one. Lindsay's pregnant by choice.
Just to clarify.
Just want to let everybody
We
know.
are in tumultuous times right now. Well, we've always been in tumultuous times, but
it just keeps getting worse.
Now the
And I
government
just want to know why.
is being worse.
Amen.
Yeah.
It's so bad it's funny because this can't be real. It's a joke. It has to be. This can't be it. This can't be it.
Let me show
Anyways,
you how
before
upset
I have a
was
mental
the other
breakdown
night.
on live television.
I mean, same.
Right,
I
and
was
once
up.
again, we're not live. Once again.
Go
on.
Hey, yeah, because you won't release this for another 10 years. So we're just gonna,
Well,
we're
even
just
if
gonna
she
put this on a
releases it
vault.
regularly, we're still
I
not
just want you
live.
guys to know we have recorded over the last 8 months.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you. Go on.
We
doing
have
great.
recorded over the last 8 months. There's like 3 episodes that we're sitting on. But for some reason, they
Well,
just won't get published.
We'll have a vault series one day.
Okay.
We've talked about this.
Okay, everyone. Everyone relax, first of all. Ashley here.
Ashley's
so
a TikTok star now, so she has no time.
Yeah, she is at the All Talk Pod on TikTok.
Yeah,
Or
she's
is it
actually
All
really
Talk
funny.
Pod? The or just All Talk?
It's just all talk
Okay.
pod.
All Talk
I always
Pod.
say the All Talk, and I'm like, that's confusing. It's just All
All
Talk
Talk
Pod
Yeah.
on TikTok
TikTok,
On
be
TikTok.
there or be
and
square.
Instagram.
Yes, please follow me.
Go.
And watch me
Notice
make.
how she says me.
Oh.
She's the only one that posts.
Okay, that's not
fucking
my fault.
TikToks.
That's not my fault.
Hey, I just
not my fault.
started getting over myself a little bit. Okay, so
I forget.
Just a
I'm gonna
little
be
bit.
honest.
That's not my
and
fault.
Lindsay's pregnant, so she has pregnancy brain.
Lauren and Lindsay have what we call boundaries.
Very strong boundaries.
Ashley, however, speaking for Ashley, however, does not. So Ashley all of a sudden got really into TikTok randomly a couple of months back and decided to post many things to said TikTok page, All Talk Pod, on TikTok. And Ashley's hit a couple nerves with a couple people.
Already?
No, like in terms of like
Oh.
I have
I was about to go
a couple videos that have
Me and Lindsay
couple
had
of
the
texts.
exact same instinctual response.
actually everyone's been really cool.
I will say
There's
though,
some
I
really cool
see
people
some
out
funny
there.
comments on
Yeah.
there.
there was one comment. I
Who?
had to call Ashley to calm me down because I was very mad.
Why?
Lindsay got mad.
I don't
What video
remember
was
what
it?
video it
It
was.
was-
It's
I'm
been a
gonna go look
while.
now.
It was allow me
Okay.
to tell you which one it is because at this point I know every video I've ever posted. It was the TikTok where I had said it's the viral sound of someone being interviewed and he's like, "What are you on a scale of 1 to 10?" And she's like, "A 10." And he's like, "Are you sure? Are you sure you're not like a 2?" And she's like, "No, a 10, a 10." And then that's the sound. And so I did it with the Hazel Eyes filter. because that's the trend. Everyone, Selena Gomez did it with the hazel eyes filter,
And you look
so
bomb,
obviously. Thank you.
A 10.
So I just did it because it was funny, and I did it. And there was one comment that was like, "What did she say?" He was
I
like,
think it was something like, "Are you serious?"
"Yeah,
or
like,
"Are
really?
you kidding
Like,
me?"
Yeah, are you kidding me?
Yeah, and I
That's what he
literally
said.
was about to go off on it. Ashley just responded with laugh, or no,
I
she
said
responded
10,
said 10.
Period.
That was her response,
that
and
was
I
my
was
response.
like, gold. Okay, I'm not gonna mess that up, but I want to. I wanted to go off so bad. And Ashley was like, "No, who cares?" And I was like, "I care. Me, I care. He can't talk to you like that. He cannot talk to you
See?
like that."
Lindsey.
Boundaries.
Let's go back to
See?
boundaries. The
And we
discussion
circle
of
back.
boundaries. Yeah, Lindsay got super upset. Aw,
No,
Liz.
I saw. So
I get it, but at the same time, if I could just say real quick, Ashley again here, if I could just say we're back to no one knowing who's talking. No one knows who's talking right now.
It's been a while. I have
Anyway.
to rebuild it.
been a while.
Let me do it for you. It's been a while. Go on.
Thank you.
Since I you don't know the lyrics.
That's all I was
It's
gonna
fine.
do.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, point is on that video, it was my first thought was like, "Oh, cool, bro. Like you're so smart. Like that was such a good one." So yeah, it's just stupid when people do that. That doesn't happen very often to me yet, anyway.
You know, I will say, I have noticed with TikTok, the audience on the platform is a way more happier audience than I see on Instagram and Twitter.
I agree.
And I think it's because what I love about what I love about TikTok is I feel like everyone's just kind of making videos and it's just so relatable. And, you know,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, it's just people sitting in their cars going on rants that everyone's thinking. You know, they're saying what we're all thinking. And so I just feel like the TikTok community is a little bit more positive because everyone always talks about the comment section on TikTok. You go to the comment sections because people are fucking hilarious. You know what I mean? And they band together in the comment sections, and I hardly ever see a negative comment. And if I do, they get ripped to shreds, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that's why
There are a lot of trolls on TikTok, just like there is everywhere else, because I've seen videos where people are just getting ripped to shreds in their comment section, and sometimes it is for really stupid shit, like looks or like just something stupid where it's like, who, oh my God, why do you care? Why do you care so much? But yeah, I do agree. There's also a lot of videos that are like just hype men in the comments. Just
Yeah.
like there's this one very large TikTok creator that I follow. He's got like millions of followers, and they like, I saw him on, I don't know what he was on. I guess someone was interviewing him, and they were like, "Do you get a lot of hate? Because you post kind of some risky videos sometimes." He was like, "I'm just gonna be honest, I don't get a lot of hate. Like, my followers are great. They're always super supportive. It's rare. I'll get like a couple." And this guy has like hundreds of thousands of views per video, if not millions of views per video. And he just doesn't. He's just like, I don't see it too often. He was like, occasionally someone will say you went too far. That was a little bit too much for TikTok, but that's like it. So yeah, I think.
And I think you're always going to have it, you know, no matter what. It comes with the nature of being online like that. But I just feel like I see less of it on TikTok than the other platforms.
Completely. Sorry, side note to your point. I started posting our TikTok videos to our Instagram page, and we lost 5 followers within the first week.
Yeah, see?
Different environment.
Instagram.
It's a completely different, it's a completely different, it's just so much more superficial on Instagram, I feel like. And if you're not
an Instagram model or
there's just a different standard on
it.
Instagram. You have to look a certain way on Instagram because that's just the culture of the platform. But like TikTok, you know,
at least
it's
right
just
now.
Right at this point in time. Because at one point Instagram was like that. You just posted like random pictures.
I think
of,
at
like,
one point Instagram was a step up from Facebook.
You're right.
So coming from Facebook and you went to Instagram and you're like, oh, this is like a breath of fresh air. It's not like that anymore.
Oh no.
Instagram.
And honestly, that didn't last long either.
No.
that innocence,
Freshness.
I guess, of Instagram that didn't last very long. But anyways, but TikTok, I feel like, you know, everyone kind of jumped on the bandwagon during the pandemic, and we're, you know, 2 years strong. And, you know, I still find myself getting lost in TikTok. So
Oh my God, all the time.
all the time. I will say though, it has been a little overwhelming recently just because of everything that's going on and the way the algorithm works. God, it's so sensitive. I watch one TikTok video and then my algorithm changes.
Oh yeah.
And then the next 6 videos are of this one topic and I'm like, oh my God. So I try to like, if I see something and I don't like it right away, I like scroll really fast because if I watch it for too long, it's going to show up on my algorithm 12 more times. So so I've been watching a lot of like the Roe versus Wade like TikToks and stuff like that, and it's just been ambushing my algorithm, and it just gets overwhelming because it just makes me mad and sad. And so I've been having to almost
rebuild.
Yeah. So anytime I see a random video that's like has a duck in it, I'll watch like the full 3-minute video of a duck. Or like, of course, my cat videos.
Right.
Every cat video I see, I'm just going to like
Oh my
it. So that way I
God.
get flooded with cat videos.
Your
And
little-
cooking videos. I love the cooking ones.
Those are nice. Your little cat video with little
The hat.
lion head. Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
I wanted it. I wanted that cat with that hat.
Oh my, you're allergic.
So I could die. Yeah, you're right.
She'll die happy.
I would be happy. It was so cute.
Yeah, I love the animal
No.
TikToks.
And
They
the dogs
always
with
have
the
The
hats?
dog TikTok is the
Yes.
best.
Yes. Yes,
Dog
it
See,
is.
there's so
TikTok's
many
best.
good things you can get out of TikTok.
Mhm.
But don't get me wrong, there's some weird shit that you can find on TikTok.
But the what?
There's some weird shit you can find on TikTok.
Weird?
Yeah.
Yes.
There's some weird shit you
Yeah.
can find on TikTok.
Yes, there is.
All of a sudden I'll get a video. Like the other day, it kind of creeped me out a little bit. And like, I was trying to tell myself, like, don't watch it because you don't know what this is. And this is already sketchy. But like, I kind of want to see what's going on. So you know how they have TikTok lives now and they'll just show up on your feed?
Yes.
This one guy, he had to have been from a different country. But it looked like, I mean, or maybe not. I don't really know. But it looked like he was in a basement of some sort. And it was like a dingy basement, but it was like a small like room. Like it wasn't a big basement, but it was like concrete walls, really dim lighting, kind of like janky lighting. And then he just had like random stuff. But the stuff that he had in his room was like weird. Like he had a Jason, like the Halloween Jason mask in the corner.
And you clicked on the slide.
No. He showed up in my, I scrolled up
I know,
and he
it's like-
popped up on my
So you're
feed.
just
Lauren's
watching it on your-
content.
in
Yes,
your For You.
and
Okay.
it's just this guy. He's a little shorter. He's a little, heavier set. He's not wearing a shirt. He's just in like black pants, and he's sitting in his room, and he's just like sitting there, like kind of facing the camera, but not like directly, and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, again, it's one of those things where I'm like, where the fuck does this come from? Because like, why did this show up on my feed? I was just watching ducks. Like, why did this show up on my feed? But at the same time, too, I'm like, I kind of want to keep watching. But then also, I've seen Netflix where, like, did you ever see that Netflix Don't Fuck with Cats?
Yes.
Okay. That's how those people found that killer, because they were watching dark videos on the web. So I'm like, am I going to watch this guy just like kill something? Like, because I just somehow got here. So I got scared and I scrolled. But then because I was watching for like a decent amount of like seconds, I wouldn't say minutes. I wasn't there for very long. He kept popping up like every few videos. His live would pop up on my feed. So I would just scroll really fast. And then eventually like I didn't see him
That's
on
pretty
my feed
gross.
anymore. But it was weird because it didn't fit with my algorithm. So it just creeped me out. But
He's probably out there trying to live his best life, just
Ew.
going live in his room, and people are.
I
being
don't
mean to him.
I don't know. The next time I see him, which I probably
That's
will,
okay. Don't do it.
I'll tag you.
Nope,
in it.
don't do it.
I'll screenshot
Nope,
it and say
don't do
this
it
is
at
the
all.
guy living
Nope.
his best life. That you said.
He's just sitting there with his shirt off in a dark room. So
Yeah.
so weird of you to pick on him.
Well, okay. Anyways,
Okay.
so I love TikTok. Moral of the story.
Right,
I don't.
Lindsay?
I love TikTok too. I just don't have
There's
time.
no.
I haven't had time lately.
She's pregnant.
But I love TikTok.
You're just out there creating life.
You know, it's
No
so
big
funny
deal.
because we always make fun of Lindsay. She's the youngest one, right? But I feel like she's the most out of tune with like current trends, or she's really late to the game. And it just
Accurate.
cracks me up because she's the youngest one. She's the Gen Z or millennial. She's
Zillennial.
yeah, she's the one who should be more indulged in these newer trendy things, and she's not. And it's so funny because we are. Me
Oh, well.
and Ashley
Our
are.
sister dynamic is definitely a Benjamin Button situation. So
Literally.
so Lindsay is. So hear me out. Ashley here. So Lindsay is the the 80-year-old man, you know, who's like, you know, just the mama bear, you know, just like gonna have kids first, obviously is having kids first. Just, you know, that
Married,
kids,
yes. You know, you're just cute little family.
Takes care of Ashley and Lauren mostly instead of the other way
Mostly,
around.
like all the time.
And she's the youngest. Yeah, she's the youngest out of all of us by a good amount too. We're all about 5-6 years apart between us. So then there's Lauren, and Lauren's like, you know,
I will only take care of you if I absolutely have to.
the single, ready to mingle, but not really mingle, just be single.
Having a good time.
just having a good time. only is down to take care of herself unless it's an extreme apocalyptic situation in where she might save your life.
Even then, I don't know. We'll see how bold I'm feeling. But that was hilarious because it's so true. So side note.
I'm not done.
Oh.
Benjamin Button. So then there's Ashley.
You're right. Stay on course.
Hold on a sec. Keep your thought in your head. Okay. So, and then there's Ashley.
Exactly. Very strong silence after that.
No boundaries. Perpetually 13-year-old.
Just a fucking menace. Like all the time. She wakes up and just chooses violence and feeds her fish. And you're like, fuck, dude.
Just tons of animals. Just wants to be around animals all the time. And just wants to be left alone.
In a
never
tiny
wants
home
to
with
have
a cow,
kids.
with a pet cow.
Yes.
And some Swedish farm.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Anyway, what were we saying? You were saying something, Lauren. You were going to say something.
Singling and not mingling. So I was telling Lindsey earlier, I was like, this past week really sucked. And I'm being that person and totally blaming Mercury retrograde because it gives me something to blame as opposed to myself.
Right. Go on. As we do. Go on.
As we do. Hello. So anyways, I was just in a funk all week long. Okay, so I'm going on, it'll be a year in September that I've been living by myself. Isn't that crazy?
Wow, queen.
Just like a couple of
Dang.
months. It's already going to be a year. Yeah. So I'm just like, I've gotten to this point where it's like, okay, obviously I like living alone, you know, but there are times, especially this past week, where I was just like, I don't know if I want to do something with someone and like text friends and like try to make plans and like go somewhere, or if I just want to stay home. But if I stay home, I don't want to just watch TV. But then what do? Do I like crossword? Do I color? Do I scrapbook? I don't feel like baking. I don't feel like sitting here. So I've just been in this funk because then I'm like, okay, well, I can go out, but I don't really have money. And then I have to text people and make plans. And then I have to get dressed and then go there and do those things. And then, you know,
Yeah.
I really am just being single.
And living
Sometimes
your best
because
life.
I'm like, my brain doesn't know what to do. It's like I'm so content.
Yes.
That I haven't been thinking of doing things to the point to where like it's kind of like freaking me out.
Do you think?
I think I have ADHD.
Oh my god. No, I don't think that's what it is. But I'm
It's
not
okay,
a doctor.
sometimes I think that
but
too.
then neither are you, and neither are you.
Yeah.
So
Disclaimer.
anyway,
About myself. Think that about myself.
yeah. Don't follow any advice that you
I'm not giving advice. I'm
on
just
this podcast.
saying.
No, I'm just saying in general. Like, don't
I've
diagnose
just been
yourself.
like my brain just doesn't know what to do, so it's just like. Bleh.
Do you think that? Well, obviously we've been lied to our whole lives. We get that, but by society and
Valid.
by everyone. Okay.
Literally, nothing we were
But-
taught in school is real. So
But, okay, but having said that, relationships, right? Relationships. Do you really think that we need to be in a relationship the rest of our lives?
No.
I know that some of us are. Obviously, I am in a relationship with my partner, Bianca. Lindsey is married. Lauren is single. So I think we have a nice mix of, okay, experiences. Do you really think we need a relationship to be in a relationship the rest of our lives?
So, you know, it's so funny because I learned my ex that I broke up with a couple years ago. He taught me a lot about just being more open-minded to that and how really, so people argue like we're social beings, you know, we have to be social with one another. We have to have socialization, you know, that's part of survival. You know, people say that. But as far as like a man and a woman or partnership, even doesn't matter, partnership of two kinds of commitment, like where does that come from? Is that just like a societal thing. We were just raised to be that way. But you look at it and it's just like, but that's everywhere. That's like global. That's not just like a religious thing or a culture thing. Like everywhere has that idea of coupling. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but is it right? Like, is it?
Yeah, but where did that come from then? So where did that idea of having a partnership come from?
What does it matter?
Well, because is that a societal thing or is that a biological thing? Because humans are meant to be together.
Oh, you're saying, okay, so I see what you're saying. So you're saying, like, are we meant to have a partner in order for happiness? Because that's, like, biologically what we're meant to do?
I think, yeah.
Okay.
Or like,
or
yeah,
is
like
it society's way. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
You can make the same argument about a woman's body, about how we are, quote unquote, biologically made to create life. And so that's what we are expected to do. But is it right?
That's a good point from a woman. So Lindsey earlier, when I first asked that question about relationships, said no, and is now making the point of women versus men. And that is a good point from a female perspective. Is it just because we're just meant to have kids and you have kids with a man and that's just what we do?
See, but is that a societal thing or is that just human nature?
I don't think it's human nature.
I don't think it's human
because
nature.
at least me, I don't believe that women were created or brought to this earth, or however you want to word it, were meant to just grow up and make babies. You know, like I don't believe that. There's so much more to us.
But so then I'm just like, because, okay. So speaking of everything we were taught is a lie. Seeing the state of our education system, and you really are learning that U.S. history is not accurate. U.S. history is from the perspective of a white man. And I feel like a lot of us are just now kind of not necessarily realizing that. It's just being brought to the forefront. You know what I mean? And now you're realizing, or at least I'm realizing that, oh my God, yes, everything we've been taught in school is from a white man's perspective.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, where did this whole idea of women only procreate? That's all we do. We're just domestic beings. Where did that stem from and how far back does that go?
I think it can be both arguments. Going back to your question earlier, is it societal or religious or whatever? I think it could be both.
Yeah.
It could have been a man, a Christian man, who was like, women are here to procreate. Yeah. We're here to couple and like make babies, not necessarily have a family or
it's
whatever.
Just so crazy how, but also too, like, it's just so crazy how, like, and it's not just here in the States. You look at other religion and culture, women in other religion and cultures, and they are so aggressively, like, I don't know how to say this, just hated on.
Well, I don't
like
think
the role of a woman is just so intense in a lot of different races and cultures and stuff like that. Like the, you know, limited rights and yeah, you're only supposed to bear children and be the domestic partner at home. And, you know, you don't really contribute to society like that. That's a man's job. You know what I mean? And it's like, yeah, God, where did that fucking come from?
Well, I think a man. Well, yeah, but I also think that is a lot of religion, though. I think that's a lot of religion. I'm sorry. At least the current way that we think about women, I think that's a lot of religion.
I agree.
I guess I'm so interested in just like the beginning of everything. I always want to know, like, where did this come from? Like, where did this stem from? So, like, where did the idea of religion come from?
Well,
and there's so many different religions and so many different beliefs. Yes, we all have a God. Most of them, you have a God that you believe in. But it's like, where did all of this kind of stem from to where you have so many different religions and beliefs?
But yeah, anyway, I was just curious.
It's just interesting though. But yeah, it's just interesting, the idea of like relationships and feeling the need. Because now that I've been single and living by myself, I you know, during my reflection process, I've realized that I've been in a relationship with someone for the last 11 years. I was involved with someone for 6 years. I was only single for 6 months. And then I got with my ex and I was with him for 5. So I'm really coming at a time for the first time in a very long time, really a time where it matters, because you don't really pay attention to being single when you're a kid. You know what I mean? So now I'm at a time where being single, like, makes a difference in the things that I do in my life. And it begs the question of, is this something that I need? And my idea of a relationship is now different. after being in 2 back-to-back long-term relationships that weren't necessarily the best. And so now I do look at relationships, and especially now that I'm living by myself, I don't want to live with anybody anymore. And a man, I've been seeing this. I've been seeing this voiceover on TikTok a lot, where girls are showing their cute apartments, and the voiceover is like, "You mean to tell me I have to share this space with the man?
Yeah,
I'm not sharing this space with the man," or something along those lines.
Yeah.
But I'm just thinking to myself too, like, great, like,
or really just a partner.
Right, a person in general.
I don't want to share.
Yeah.
I want my own
over
So
it.
then it's just like, okay, well then, if I were to meet somebody and we were to get serious, I mean, who knows? My mind could change. You never know.
Yeah.
That always happens.
Yeah.
But if it doesn't, and I'm very strong on living by myself, would my partner be okay with also living alone, not living with me? I saw another TikTok. See, I'm obsessed.
TikTok.
Go on. I'll
This
talk
lady-
pod. I'll talk pod on TikTok.
This lady, she looked like she was in her maybe late 40s, early 50s. She was older, and she was talking about how her and her partner, they've never lived together throughout their 10-year relationship. They've always lived separately.
I love that for her.
And yeah. And she
Nice.
praised it. She was like, it just
Nice.
works so well for our relationship. We value each other more when we're together, but it also gives us that space to where we can be our own people without relying on one another. And she was like, and that's really worked for us. And I'm like, that sounds magical. Yeah, I kind of want to do that. Where do I sign up for that? But that's obviously not for everyone. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at the traditional relationship, and a lot of people are okay with being with their partners in and out, day in and day out, living together, yada yada. But now I feel like, I don't know, especially in the younger generation, they're so open to different things. It's not just black and white anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, they're so, like, with the LGBTQ plus community, you know, you're learning more and more about that community on a regular
I think
basis.
it's exposure. Yeah.
Yeah. And then,
Yeah.
you know, races and cultures. And I feel like we're really getting diversified. I think it's for the
More and
internet. The internet, you know, obviously is a huge gateway for that. So your typical idea of relationships and societal norms are now kind of being questioned a little bit into thinking like, this can't be the only way.
I hit a certain age and I was like, I don't know why no one ever told me that I needed to learn how to be by myself first. Like, really be by myself and learn that first before I got into a relationship, because I can honestly say that if I didn't love Bianca to the moon and back and wasn't like totally obsessed with her, I would not be in a relationship. Like, the single life sounds so good. That's where discipline comes in relationships. The discipline to be with someone and to know that you love them and to know that this person, you're not going to get any better than this, and you need to just hold on to that. Like, that sort of discipline comes in, because I swear, if I didn't love her, I just want to be by myself. No one talk, no one breathe. I just want to hear myself
Don't
and
touch
my
my
own
stuff.
thoughts.
Don't eat my snacks.
Yes. I want to decorate my own
Yep.
space by myself.
I'm
Have
sorry.
my own bed. Have my own food. Like, that's what I want.
I think I did something here. I'm sorry.
What? No, you
I'm
didn't.
like, living by myself, I think it's okay.
No, you didn't.
When you moved out, Ashley and I were talking about getting a apartment.
No, you didn't, because I was feeling that way before. Like, I felt that, but then you think to yourself, and you're right, it just comes with exposure and it comes with open-mindedness. You really have to be open-minded. Like, who told you that this is how it's supposed to be? This is how it's supposed to be. And I think when you're young and you're very impressionable and you think that is how it's supposed to be, because that's what everyone is doing, and I want to be in love, and I want to be in a relationship, and I want to get married, and I want to have kids, and I want to experience all those big, beautiful things. And not to say that they're not wonderful things, but it's like, they're also, though, I will say, very romanticized things. These are also very hard things. Like, these are very difficult, discipline-oriented things that you have to have, like, the right mindset for. And I'm sorry, like, most 18-year-olds don't have the mindset to be married and you know, with kids and have that be
The rest
like,
of their life.
yeah, like, just have that. I'm just saying, like, if I would have known then what I know now.
I think, and not
It's just
to,
my opinion.
Yeah, because I'm
Thank
the
you.
same way. Like I feel bad sometimes. You know, as a single person, I feel bad telling my married friends like I fucking love living by myself. Like I think
No,
everybody.
they tell you they love being married. They tell you
you
how
should
to
not
I guess
feel
that's
bad.
true.
kids.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Oh my god. Side note. So I saw this TikTok video.
I'm gonna tell you all day long that I want. Yeah, you
Okay,
tell me
so
all day long.
okay, so
about
I got a side note, but like make sure I come back on track.
How many times have you shown me pictures of your children? Okay, so I get to tell you
We'll
there
come
is
back
this-
on track.
that I love it.
So
Go.
there's this TikTok video kind of saying that singles, the way, again, society.
Yeah.
Society tells us we can only celebrate married couples and people having kids. Single people are expected to be bridesmaids, groomsmen, go to the bachelorettes, go to the wedding, spend money, buy gifts, go to the baby shower, buy gifts for the baby. Single people are expected to do that.
Because
There's
what else do they
nothing
have to
for
do?
single people
Yeah,
except our birthdays.
maybe.
At Christmas.
Maybe, yeah.
If
Yeah,
that.
maybe. Unless
Maybe
you're
that.
Ashley and Courtney Vol falls on it every single year. That's a San Antonio thing. San Antonio, Texas. Courtney Vol every year. That's my birthday, and my dad performs there every year. Go on.
I think you had a good birthday.
Oh my
this
God, I had an
year.
amazing birthday this year. That's a side note
Yes.
story.
Okay,
like,
so
for-
anyways,
in just a second.
So kind of going
I was
back
just
to
joking.
kind of going back to
Kind of.
back on track. I think people have a very we have a very naive sense of a relationship, which is you meet your soulmate and you fall in love, and that's why now you see people that it's like it's not just about love. You have to like your person. You have to understand that as adults, there's so much more than love. You got to be able to pay bills. You got to be able to live together. You got to be able to sustain the relationship. Talk about big things like having kids. You know, and you can't. Those are things that love is just one of those things on that list of things that comes with the
Well,
relationship.
I think
Yeah.
when people think of love, they think of passion. They think of romance. They think of this very like
just like the glorified version
yes,
of it.
the very 50 Shades of Grey sort of everything is that sort of passion all the time, and
Yep.
it's like that's just not true.
it's just not. And you don't know that until
You don't know that. Yep.
and I've seen a lot of, videos of people talking about, you really want to experience time by yourself first or be secure in your relationship enough to understand one another and know that y'all are going to change over time.
Yeah.
And you have to be able to evolve with me. And not a lot of people get that at a young age, but some people do, and they end up living and being happy together, but I think that's not the only way to do things anymore. I should be able to have a partner that I'm secure with, but I don't necessarily have to live with them. I don't have to have a bank account with them. I don't necessarily have to get married and have your last name. You know what I mean? I don't need to do all that. We can be we can have a partnership and be a couple and have a relationship, and I can still do all those things by myself. And I think now that I'm single too, and I am, I guess, like, look, I don't date, but I mean, I'm open to it, whatever. It's one of those things where it's like, I don't need all the physical stuff. Especially now that I live on my own. I can pay my own bills. I can do shit for myself. What can you do for me on an emotional level, intellectual level?
You know what it sounds like to me? It sounds like to me like you just made room in your life for the passion and the romance that so many people strive for.
Yeah, because I can do everything else.
You're not getting married because you need a partner
No.
who pays bills and who takes care of you necessarily.
Right.
And that's no shade to anyone. Not everyone gets married for that, of course. But I see a lot of people who that's convenient.
Yeah.
Like all of a sudden you're married and you're like, oh, thank God there's two incomes. Like there's two incomes now. And now I can move out of my parents' house and we can get a house together. And, we have kids together. So now it's a little bit easier to, I've seen that.
Yeah.
And maybe it's living by yourself and taking care of your basic needs and fulfilling and exceeding your basic needs. And all of a sudden I'm looking for someone who doesn't fulfill basic needs, who fulfills passion and romance and desire and that sort of side of it.
And let me tell you, that's fucking hard. Well, because men suck at that.
And why is it hard? Oh my God, are we having epiphanies? Why is that hard? Why is that hard? Because it's a romanticized vision of love. It's not real 100% of the time. You're talking about moments in time where people click and have these wonderful, passionate moments. But that's not all love is, and that's not all sustainable for extended periods of time. Always. Sometimes it is, but not always.
So, you know.
Are we saying don't fall in love? No, I'm just kidding. We're not saying that. We're not saying
No,
that.
because and I, you know.
Bianca, I love you very much. I just want you to know that.
Well, and I'm surrounded. I have a lot of great examples of good relationships. I'm surrounded, like my girlfriend group that I have. There's 7 of us, and the majority of them they're in married and they're in happy, healthy relationships. You know, Lindsey and Gabe. You know, my parents that have been together for 34 years. You know, I'm surrounded by good examples of relationships, and so I know that. Oh yes, Ashley and Bianca. Sorry.
I was waiting for it.
Sorry. Oh my gosh, I'm like looking right at her. No, but I mean,
We're going to talk about heteronormativity in our next episode.
I'm so sorry. Oh my god.
I noticed the
Can we edit
same
this
thing.
I'm just kidding.
Can we edit this out?
I'm just kidding.
No, but I am. Oh, now I feel like I feel like a jackass.
No, you don't.
Okay. Thank
I'll
you,
edit it
Lindsay.
out.
God,
I'll
if I could
edit it
punch
out.
you, I would. But you're
I'm
pregnant, so I'm gonna save that.
sorry.
We're gonna
I'll
tack
edit
that
it
to the
out.
end.
I'll edit it out.
Anyways, yes.
Maybe. I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm kidding. Go on.
Start over. You are surrounded by beautiful relationships. Go.
I'm surrounded by good relationships. But anyways, what I'm trying to say is.
Sorry, I have allergies. Sorry.
Yes.
Well, now I lost my fucking train of thought. God damn it.
That you're surrounded by good
So, like-
examples of relationships. So it's not necessary. I'm assuming you're saying it's not necessarily like you think that romance and marriage is like shit because
No,
that's
and
all
that's
you
what I'm
see.
saying. Yeah. So that's what I was getting to. Like, I know it's out there. I know it's possible because I'm surrounded by it. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, and you always hear about dating in these times where, like, because of social media and because of how accessible things are, and because guys like literally just can't like get it together. And I know women are just as bad too, but I mean, come on. I don't know. I feel like sometimes guys just kind of take the cake on that one, and they're just, anyways. So,
Well, I feel like women. I mean, not to like hype up the lesbians, but let's hype up the lesbians. I think the women know how to take care of women.
well, yeah, because
I mean,
it's like it's hard out here. So, but I've also gotten to the point where it's like, okay, I'm also now okay with being single until it works.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like, if that means I'm getting married at 45 years old, then I'm getting married at 45 years old.
By
Because-
choice.
By choice.
By choice.
Not yeah, by choice.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
Lindsay's
I'm-
pregnant by choice. Lauren's single by,
By
choice.
Well,
Ashley's in a relationship by,
by
choice.
choice. So, so anyways,
I was just curious. I was just thinking about that the other day. Like why do we need to be in relationships? And I just don't think we do. I'm sorry. And the older I get, the more I think to myself, you know, if I wasn't in a relationship already, I don't think I'd choose it. And I just want it, and it's just really, I think it's a self-care thing. I think I'm tired. You know, I think as a society,
Valid.
women fake it for so long. Or, you know, I can only speak for women. That's why I say women. Well, no, I can't speak for all women. Oh, my God. I can only speak for myself.
see,
But what I observe is that you're fed, as a woman, you are fed so much bullshit your whole life that you fake a lot of stuff. You fake
yeah,
wanting to
because
be.
who the fuck wants to do this shit? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like of course we have to.
And then you
fake
finally
it.
get tired, and then you're finally like, no, I don't think I wanted. I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here.
I
I don't want to. Next week on I'll Talk Pod, we talk about corporate America and how we don't want to be there.
and the demise of capitalism.
I'm sorry, Laura, go on.
Well, I love this. I am hoping for change. I'm hoping for change. I love this era of women that we're in, of just like, no, like, I'm
Yeah.
not fucking doing
We're
that
tired.
anymore.
Yeah.
Like, we're finally taking the rose-colored glass. I don't even know if we even had them on, but it's just,
We didn't.
yeah, it's just like, I especially, again, TikTok. I love seeing the TikToks of girls starting to do what guys do, if you will. You know what I mean? And we're starting to treat people the way that they treat us. And it's like, it's a culture shock because they're not used to that. And so now we're like, well, it fucking sucks, doesn't it? It does, to be treated this way and talk to you this way. You don't fucking like it, do you? Okay, then do something about it. You know, I just love this era of women right now of how we're just like, no, this fucking sucks. Who said it had to be this way? Why are we still living this way?
Yeah.
You know, like, come on, it's 2020 fucking 2. We pretty much have self-driving cars. We have self-driving cars. We're sending stupid billionaires to space. We are wasting money to send stupid billionaires to space. And you're telling me that we're listening to laws that were made in the fucking, like, 1800s? You know what I mean? Like, we're still, the debate of the Constitution
Just for the record, abortions will still happen.
Exactly. So
abortions have always happened.
Right.
Even before they were legal.
Just like drugs still happen.
Thank you.
Just like human trafficking still happens. Like all of these things that they, try to legalize, it's still going to happen.
Don't get us started on border towns.
Yeah.
Don't get us started on how they treat women, minorities.
It's still going to happen. It's just, anyways, so it's like,
I don't know why that just came about, but I like it.
no, but it's true. It's just like,
I like that mini tangent.
That's okay.
That's a good one. I'm hoping that something, I don't want to say it because it's, it's a risky business, but I just hope something happens to where we just start fighting back in more ways. Because to me, it's like, why are we taking this crap? But then at the same time too, at least for me, and I feel like a lot of people feel this way too, it's like, okay, well, what am I going to do about that?
Every new generation, in my opinion, gets, or at least in my lifetime, gets stronger and stronger, is what I've observed. Gets stronger and stronger. Because obviously they're standing on the shoulders of the generation before them who got strong in their own way and rebelled against stuff in their own way. And they're standing, on shoulders, and so you get stronger and stronger over time. But like Gen Z is amazing. Gen Alpha, I cannot believe they're called Gen Alpha. That is so. If you think the TikToks are bad from Gen Z, wait for Gen Alpha. They're called Alpha. Anyway,
are we breeding the new?
That's your kid. That's your kid.
Are we breeding a new generation of Joe Rogans?
Of what?
Joe Rogans.
Please do not say
that. They love that alpha term.
Please
they
do
throw
not
that alpha term
say
around.
That word, that name
saying.
On this podcast.
I am a witch.
This is a safe space.
You've been warned.
Okay, so take it back.
Yeah. Okay. Take the spell back.
Reverse it.
I revoke my spell.
Thank you. Thank you.
I did a hand motion and everything.
I bind you, Nancy. I bind you. No one likes The Craft, right? That was my era.
I
anyway.
remember that movie, but not that well. Anyways.
Yeah. Anyway, I bind you from doing harm, Nancy. Harm against yourself. Anyway,
okay.
what I was trying to say was I don't know what I was trying to say. I pulled a Lauren or
we're as we the new generation as we
Standing
go
on
on.
Oh yes,
shoulders.
the new generation. Thank you. The new generation is amazing, and they're whatever, but we've been fighting for just so long, and I think that's the thing that pisses off people, especially older generations and then minorities, is like, bitch, we've been fighting this fight for fucking ever. Like, get your shit together. You're about to overturn a basic human right. Like, get the fuck out of here. I think that's why people get so pissed off.
That's been in place for 50 years or something like that.
But I will say it doesn't protect everyone. And I think that's what people get mad at too. It's like, well, that law didn't protect the women who were sterilized on the border. That is still happening now, that women are getting sterilized and kids are getting displaced. Kids are getting, immigrant children are getting moved around and no one gives a fuck about them. And, that still happened. Roe versus Wade was in place when that bullshit was happening, So I think people get pissed off at that. And I understand that. And just to know that the fight's never going to be over. We would have to make serious, like, sociological changes, down with the patriarchy sort of changes. I know that people think that that's so, like, oh my God, you're so over dramatic and like man hating. And it's like, it has nothing to do with men. It has everything to do with the structure that was created, yes, by men, but that structure that's still in place, that's just hurting everyone, including men. That structure hurts everyone, including men. Men are not allowed to be who they want to be under that structure either.
Yeah.
They're forced to be these alpha asshole sort of like that's what the patriarchy wants, because they need to keep rule. And it's like, I mean, I think that I don't think that every guy wants to do that. I think that guys want just what we want. Like, it just wants to do what the fuck they want to do.
Right.
Like, that's it.
Right.
So no one benefits from it. That's the sort of change you need. So it's like, yeah, Roe versus Wade, absolutely. Like, we need to keep that, but that's one very small amount of what needs to change.
I'm just
sorry, I got on my soapbox.
No, but it's okay
ahead.
because we're literally being ran by just dumb, uneducated people, and it just frustrates the hell out of me because there's a lot of smart people out there that are like, what the fuck is going on in this world? And it almost feels like, yeah, we can't do anything about it, and we are literally just having to be ran by these capitalistic, egotistical white men, supremacists. I'm gonna say it, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's just so frustrating and just mind-boggling to have to live through this every single fucking day. And then too, they're like, November, you have to wait till November, you gotta vote in November, and even then it's not guaranteed. You know what I mean? So now you have to tell me I have to go through this shit till November. That's like 6 months from now, and then I have to wait for people to vote to possibly change the current shit that's going on. Yeah, this shit's never gonna end. Because now you're relying, and then too, for some reason, and that's why I call them roaches, because they come out of the fucking woodworks. You don't know they're there. You see one scurry out, and then it runs to the cabinet. And you're like, fuck, there's a family behind there. I don't know where, but there's a family back there. Because if there's one, there's a family. And he looks small. He looked like a baby. There's a fucking family. There's a family.
I'm kind of getting
But that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Keep going.
And then it happens. And then
Roaches,
they just come out. And they take over.
They scurry. Oh.
Yes.
I'm gonna throw
And
up.
because they're gross.
Oh my god, she's pregnant.
And because they're gross.
They are gross.
We just
fly.
let them. We just see? We just let them.
Some of them have wings. Oh god.
Sorry, that's all I picture.
Lindsay, you're pregnant. You can't think about
Jeez.
gross things you'll throw up.
Y'all did it.
But
No, you're right.
do y'all get what I'm
Good
saying?
No, I get what
analogy.
you're saying.
So it's just like it's just frustrating. Yeah, I'm tired too. I'm
Yeah.
fucking tired every single day. I'm just tired because I'm like, what else am I gonna read today? What else is getting taken away from me just for fucking breathing? What else is what else is gonna get harder to do because these rich people just make life fucking hard?
Yeah.
Like what else is it? Inflation? I'm so scared to get my lease renewal because I have no idea what they're gonna increase my rent to. So like I'm stressed out about that.
Oh my god.
Like gas is going up again.
Inflation. Target mugs went up to $7
See?
a mug.
Nobody can fucking win.
Yeah, Lindsay. Remember when they were like $4.99 or
Yes.
$5?
I don't even think that much. They were good priced.
They're $7 now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Inflation.
You see?
Attack against women.
It is an attack against women. We love
How dare
mugs.
you?
Also too.
How fucking dare you, Target? Target, God, didn't you make enough money off that Bad Bunny t-shirt to the Grand Canyon? God. Have you seen that?
No.
Bad Bunny in his latest, Bianca told me about this because she's obsessed with Bad Bunny.
She's so cute.
Bianca is, you know what I say, Bianca? Bianca is a pleasant surprise.
Party.
I learn stuff about you. Tell me stuff about her. Yeah, and I'm like, that's
Yes.
pleasantly surprised by this.
She is so she
Bianca,
loves
we love you.
she loves Cardi B and she loves Bad Bunny, among other artists, but those are like her artists right now that she's like obsessed with. So she has been on, as she calls it, Bad Bunny TikTok. And and she saw his latest music video, and I think it's the Moscow Mule music
I have
video,
no
but
idea.
don't quote me. His new album's really good. Anyway, so in his music video, he dresses in a Target, I think it's a crop top, and it says Grand Canyon, and it's actually really cute. It's from the women's section of Target, whatever. And apparently, according to Bianca, she says that after that music video, Target started promoting that t-shirt, and they sold like so many of those t-shirts, those Grand Canyon t-shirts. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want one because they're really cute. Yeah.
I love
Anyway,
Target.
capitalism. Am I right?
Yeah, like, we
Capitalism.
can't have anything nice. And for what?
Don't get me started on
Bad
that.
Bunny's amazing though.
And for what? Like,
Huh?
Don't get me started on that.
You should have the glasses thing.
so anyways, yeah, that's what's been going on for the last 84 years.
That's it. Lindsay's pregnant. She's going to have a little baby. It's a boy.
It's
a
a
boy.
boy.
It's a boy.
It's a boy. We just spent an hour talking shit about guys, and we're like, we're having a boy.
No,
Different.
we talked shit about lack of choices and
True.
lack of freedoms. That's
True.
what we just talked shit
And
about.
old white men.
You can do whatever you want, Lindsay. If you want to get married and have a million children, so be it.
And if I
By
don't,
choice.
then so be it.
If
By
I-
choice.
If I want to die alone, so be it.
By
I
choice.
want to buy a 4-bedroom house and turn all of them into cat rooms. So be it.
By
So be
choice. With the little cat door.
Dude, I saw a TikTok video this morning. This girl made a cat. One of her beds. She has 4 cats. She made a bedroom for them.
Yeah, James.
she-
She can't have a doorknob
sent
because
it
of
to
Yes!
James.
Oh, did I send it to you?
You sent it to us. Yeah.
Genius.
talking
Okay,
about.
the little macrame hanging thing that she had hanging from the walls, the beds. I have it saved on my Amazon list.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and one
If
of
you
these
want to
days I
build
will
one
buy
of
it.
those, so
Yeah.
be it.
Yeah. See?
If you want to go live on the beach and walk around naked, so be it. If you know what movie that's from, you're a real one.
You are an OG.
You are an OG millennial real one.
And honestly, I don't know if anyone's gonna get that one.
Let me do it in the
I'll be
voice.
surprised. I don't know.
Look, mother, it's my life. Okay. If I want to live. Oh,
Thought about it too
I already
hard.
ruined
We
it.
were watching.
I
Sorry.
already
I
ruined
tried
it.
not to make eye contact with you, and I still
You
did.
I was
totally did it,
totally
made me
watching
nervous.
you.
Anyway, point
was
is you
me.
get it.
So
You get it.
I get
That's
it.
the point.
we get it.